Hello everybody and welcome to another video tutorial. Today we're going to be doing another hypothesis testing problem. So let's see, a study was done using a treatment group and a placebo group. The results are shown in the table. Here's our table. The first column is the treatment group. The second column is the placebo group. So assume that the two samples are independent, simple random samples selected from a normally distributed populations. And do not assume that the population standard deviation are equal. Okay, so here we have inferences about two means, independent samples. And part A, they want us to test a claim that the two samples are from populations with the same mean. So the populations have the same mean, meaning mu1 must be equal to mu2. That would be the claim. Now, since the claim contains the equal sign, then the claim would be the null hypothesis. So mu1 equal to mu2, which is the claim, is the null hypothesis. The alternative hypothesis, when this is incorrect, then mu1 is not equal to mu2 would be your alternative hypothesis. So part C is the correct answer. So let's check our answer, and it is correct. Next, they want us to find the test statistic T. Now, to find the test statistic T, you can use a graphing calculator or StatCrunch. If you click here on Go More Help, you'll be able to open up StatCrunch. I already have a StatCrunch page open, so now I'm going to go ahead and use that in order to find the test statistic. Okay, so first you need to go to Stat, and you have a t-test, so select t-test. And here we have to select two samples because now we have two samples. Since I have the summary in our table, let's go ahead and click Summary. Now they want us to enter the sample mean, a sample standard deviation, and sample size. So there, I've seen it on my page right here, so I can just enter them right here. The sample mean in our example is for the first sample is 2.33. 2.33. The sample standard deviation is 0.99. The sample size is 30. So you just enter the values from the table. Now sample 2, which is the placebo group, have a sample mean of 2.65, sample standard deviation of 0.63, oops, it should be here, 0.63, and the sample size is 34. So make sure double check your answers. You did not make mistake. And now we're going to have to choose hypothesis testing, and of course it's used. Let me see, minimize this. And now we need to know what to enter here. Now the null hypothesis, if you recall, is mu1 equal to mu2. If you subtract mu2 on both sides of the equation, we're going to end up with mu1 minus mu2 equal to 0. And that's the null hypothesis, mu1 minus mu2 equal to 0. And you have a two-tailed test, so the alternative hypothesis is not equal, and here's our not equal. So now all you need to do is just hit compute. And there you have it. We have our test statistic, which is negative 1.5196 or so. They want two decimal places. So it's going to be negative 1.52. So I'm just taking the two digits after the decimal point, and I'm going to have to change the last digit to 2. Let's check our answer, and that is the correct answer. Now we need to find the p-value. We already found it. We already found it here. the p-value is 0.1352. I'm not going to be using them all because they just want 3 digits after the decimal point. So that means it's going to be 0.135. Okay, that is correct. Now we need to make a decision. You have to look at the p-value. The p-value is 0.135. And that is larger than alpha, which is the significance level of 0.05. When p-value is greater than alpha, then we fail to reject the null hypothesis. So the answer is either A or C. We fail to reject the null hypothesis. Okay? Now, if we fail to reject the null hypothesis, we fail to reject the claim, because the null hypothesis is a claim. So let's read what's in part A. There is not sufficient evidence to warrant rejection of the claim. That's true. Since we failed to reject the null, so we failed to reject the claim, so there is not sufficient evidence to warrant rejection of the claim that the 2 samples are from population with the same mean. A is the correct answer. Let's check our answer, and that is correct. Okay, now you can go ahead and construct a confidence interval suitable for testing the claim. Okay, so let's go ahead. We need to go back to our example. And we need to have a confidence interval. So if we go back to options, we edit the values here. We no longer need the hypothesis testing. You can select the confidence interval. So let's see what we get if we have 0.95. Since alpha is a 0.05, let's select 0.95 level. And let's hit compute. Now, the values are, the lower limit is negative 0.743. They want 3 decimal places. So the last number is not going to change. And now let's get the other value. And that would be 0.103. And again, 3. Let me see if the last one is going to change. No, 0.103. So this is our 3 decimal places as needed. Let's check the answer, and that is the correct answer. So here we have a problem, hypothesis testing, inferences about 2 means with independent samples. I hope you found this video helpful. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.